Hello everyone! Today is the first day of BreyerWest, which I'm clearly not at right now, but there are some awesome photos from people that are at BreyerWest this year of the BreyerFest 2020 special runs and a BreyerWest custom model, so let's check them out. All photo credits will be in the corner of every photo so you can find who the photos belong to. But first off, we of course have to talk about the new special run model that was just revealed, which is from the latest sneak peek of a dappled gray model. And this model is in fact a dappled gray on the Othello mold, so yet another draft horse for BreyerFest. His name is Ash, just like my character Ash from Crystal Sins, huh? It says he is named after another sacred tree in Celtic mythology and has been done in an ethereal shaded light dappled gray with a chalky base coat. His coat color reminds us of the gray-toned bark common among ash trees. Created on the Othello mold, number 708, sculpted by Kathleen Moody, Ash will feature a high gloss finish and we think he is absolutely stunning. Considered sacred and referenced often in Celtic mythology, figuring particularly prominent in the Celtic and North Germanic creation myths, ash trees are also part of a magical trilogy of trees associated with fairy lore. Ash trees were so revered in Ireland that even in times of strife, people refused to cut them down for firewood, except to be used in the sacred fire during Beltane celebrations in the spring. Both oak and ash trees are commonly related to kingship and considered sources of ancient wisdom. We hope you love Ash as much as we do and that he finds a special place in your collection. When I first glanced at this model, I actually thought he was matte, but he is in fact glossy. If you look on his rump and barrel, you can see the gloss. I think it's the chalky base coat on this model that makes it a little bit more matte in parts of these photos, but he is definitely glossy. Breyer has done dappled grays on this mold before, particularly Winter Song. This is clearly a very different dappled gray from that model. This model is a light dappled gray, it has a chalky base coat, and of course it's in gloss, which all set it apart from the original Winter Song model. This model appears to have pretty small dapples, which is interesting to see. The dapples on traditionals are usually a little bit larger, like you'll see on Epona for example, but these ones are rather small looking on this guy, which I think is actually really cool to see, something a little different in the dapple department from what we're used to normally seeing. This guy has some darker gray points on him, like that nice dark gray muzzle, and the dark gray on his knees and hocks, and the base of his tail. You can also really see that chalky base coat on the bottom part of his tail. This is overall a very cool looking model. For myself, I'm not so sure yet if he's one I want to buy or not. He is very pretty though. I probably will have to see him in person to make a final decision, but I'm just not totally sold on him for some reason. Now this model did make an appearance at BreyerWest as well, so there are photos of him at BreyerWest here. You can really tell he's glossy a little bit better in some of these photos. Let's go ahead on to some more in-person photos of the other BreyerFest special runs and early bird raffle model. There are no photos of the store special that was recently announced, which isn't too unusual. They don't usually have any of the store specials on display at BreyerWest. Here's the early bird raffle model in all his glossy glory. Note that these models are behind clear boxes, which give a lot of reflection and can have scratches on the boxes and stuff on them. So it's next to impossible to get a perfect clear photo of these models, but you can get the idea from these photos by these lovely people at BreyerWest. Then there is the celebration model Reggie and the special run Epona in the same box here. Epona is looking especially nice from these photos. Her coloring is looking very pretty and very nice dapples. Next up is Oak, the Appaloosa Georg, who is also looking very good in these pictures. Those Appaloosa spots look absolutely perfect, and his color looks really nice. Then there's the Animal Special Run Hamish, who is in fact very glossy. He didn't look super glossy in the photos that Breyer took of him, but in these images you can see that he is a very glossy bull. Lastly, there is a custom Breyer model that was painted by Karen Gerhardt of Westerly Design for the BreyerWest silent auction. He is a gorgeous decorator custom for Colorado, clearly inspired by some Colorado mountains. I'm really loving the colors on this guy, and I love his teal eyes. They are gorgeous. Whoever ends up winning the auction on this guy is going to be very lucky. And then that wraps it up for the latest Breyer and BreyerFest news. Let me know in the comments what you think about the special run model Ash. Stay subscribed for all the latest BreyerFest news, and I hope you have an awesome day, and I will see you in the next video. Bye everyone!